Take these few moments to connect to your breath, to connect to your mat, to connect to your space, and to disconnect from everything else. Everything that's going on around you, the thoughts that will come in and out of your head at any given time. Take a few more moments, just taking a few inhales and exhales, slow, deep, and controlled. And then bring your hands to your heart center and set an intention for this practice this morning. So just making it to the mat is a great enough intention, but should there be more? Another thought, a sound, a mantra. Just breathe is a wonderful mantra. Remind yourself. And then touch the thumbs to the space between the two eyes, the third eye, the sixth chakra. Let your shoulders drop down. And then bring your hands to the space right atop your head. Palms together if it's not too uncomfortable for your shoulders. And then on the next inhaling breath, open your eyes if they're not. Open the arms and spread them. Just move out the fingers and the wrists and just shake them out a little bit. And then come back and reach a little bit higher as you ground your sitting bones down. Inhale, just bring the arms in front of you and fold just lightly. Just enough that you can touch the floor and feel a little stretch behind your hips, yet not lose the connection to the earth. Relax the shoulders and walk your fingers a little bit further. So, you come into a pose and you might feel tight, and then you settle into it a little bit more. You might have a little bit more space, so take that opportunity to move a little further when you can. No rush, no force. Just a couple more breaths here, just finding a little bit more release. And then walk your hands back in, lean back, shake out your legs, switch the cross of your legs. So most of us have a habitual way of sitting, and so we will just change that positioning. Hi Loretta, if you'd like to, turn your camera on. We'll be happy to see you. So bring your arms up over your head. And as you exhale, take the hands in front of you. Now, because this is our less habitual side, as they say, you might feel tighter right away. So take a few moments and settle in, breathe in, and breathe out. Good, welcome. Relax everything down. Stay connected to the ground through your sitting bones. One more breath. Maybe you have a little bit more space. And then walk your hands back in slowly. Once again, lean back, shake out your legs. Good. And then bring your legs off to either side. Come to your hands and knees. If you're next to somebody, stagger yourself a little bit. So stay there, Rach. And tuck your toes underneath you as you dip your belly, arch your back. And then release the top of the foot, chin and chest down, head, hands down, tuck the tailbone underneath you. Inhale, arch your back, dip your belly. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, do it a couple more times with your own breath moving you. And then, when you feel ready, settle into a neutral position somewhere between the two. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Tuck your left toes underneath you and just stretch out the bottom of your foot. And take your right foot behind you. I'm going to move up a little bit. And tuck the toes underneath you. So shoulders and hips are squared. Right toes are on the floor, left toes are on the floor. And just rock a little bit forward and back on the right foot. Just, stretch out your calves, stretch out your toes, the bottoms of your feet. Then release your left toes, press the top of the foot and shin to the floor. Lift the right leg in the air, shoulders and hips stay squared. Point your toe and reach it a little bit further behind you. Exhale, round your spine as you bring your knee to your chest. Push the floor away. Pull that belly all the way up into your spine. And then release the right leg behind you. Now bring the right knee to the right shoulder. Look at it. Get it lined up with your shoulder and hip, and then kick the leg out to the side, place it down on the floor. Walk your hands forward, bring your chest down towards the floor, stay lifted in your hips. Make sure that your right foot, the big toe and the little toe are pressing down to the floor. Good. Y'all looking good, you're doing fine. If you want to sit back a little further, great. If you want to stay a little bit more upright, great. You go where you go. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Keep your leg where it is. And then rise up to a kneeling position on your left leg. Double up your mat if you need to. Bring your arms up overhead. Your hands don't have to touch. Good. If they do, great. Just make sure your shoulders stay down. And then drop your tailbone under. Drop your ribs towards your hips. Lean over to the left side, pulling like an Ardha Chandrasana side bend. Inhale back up. Exhale. I just put this song in because, you know, everybody has a crush on the quarterback. Lift up and over to the right side, whoever it might be. Come back up to center. Good. Open your arms out shoulder height. Reach your fingers in two directions. Flip your palms. Move your torso to the left and pick up your right leg. Good. Right arm overhead. I'm going to have to turn this way a little bit, because the next thing we're going to do is bend that top leg and grab a hold of the foot. Pull the heel to the buttocks first. Push the hip forward. And then if you'd like to, push your foot into your hand. Inhale and exhale. I'm just going to mute you, David. Good. So be careful that you don't fling your foot away from you. As you release it, arm, leg back, arm overhead, right leg out strong. Replace that right leg on the floor as you bring your hands back to the floor. And then reach a little bit further forward one more time. Bring your chest down. Maybe you want to sit back all the way on that left heel and just reach the right leg longer. One more breath. Rises up, back to our hands and knees. Lift your right leg up. Bring it behind you. Take it onto the floor, off your mat to your left side. And notice your left hip wants to follow suit. So draw that left hip back in. Shoulders and hips are squared. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the right knee behind the left knee. Scissor your legs open. If you need to, this is a great place for a block. If you need to, have a seat on a block. I'll sit on the block just for fun, because it feels good. Your knees are stacked. Your heels maybe ideally line up with each other, but it's not an ideal world, right, for a lot of us, so they may not be quite as in line. So again, keep your hips grounded to the floor, stack your knees, close your eyes. I like to give myself that foot massage that I'm so missing. Relax the shoulders down. Good. Open your eyes and inhale the arms up overhead. Press your palms together in prayer to your heart center. Tilt slightly forward, but keep your sitting bones down. Take your right arm outside your left thigh twist. Once you get there, see if you can get a little bit more lift off of your belly and thigh. And just stay here for a few moments of breath and kind of connect to it. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Using your arm to help you lengthen and twist a little deeper. One more breath. Now on the inhale, come on back to center. Reach your arms back up overhead. Reach your hands to the floor. Shift off onto your shins. Tuck your toes underneath you. Downward dog with your left leg crossed over in front of your right leg. Walk your hands back to your feet. However you get there, doesn't matter. Softly fold over your legs. Hang your head to the floor. Make sure your feet are firmly connected as you roll through your spine to come up to standing. As you do, bring the arms with you. Take the left arm with the right wrist and lean over to the right side. Take your first two fingers together. Create Gyan Mudra, the seal of knowledge. Lift up and over that right side. Inhale back up to center. Open up the arms and let the body fold in half. Halfway lift, inhale, look forward. Walk your hands to a downward dog with your right leg behind your left ankle. Stay on your left toes as you lift your hips up nice and high. And then shift into a high plank position. You can stay here, or you can bend the elbows for chaturanga. Maybe do that little upward dog, keeping the foot connected. And a couple extra push-ups there, Sin. Hips up in the air. Undo your legs. Downward facing dog. So your feet are about hips width apart. Alternate your heels pressing down. Rise up onto your toes. Shift yourself back to that high plank. Top of a push-up position. Release your right knee to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under. Left leg is back. Shoulders and hips are level, parallel to the floor. And then release your right toes and lift your left leg up off the floor and lengthen it away from you. So at the same time that you're lifting it, you're lengthening it away from you. Good. One more breath here. Left knee to chest, round and curl. Pull the belly into the spine. And then kick that left leg back behind you. Left knee, left shoulder. Extend the left leg out and place it down on the floor. I'll move back a little bit here if I can. And walk your hands forward. Keep your hips up for this one. Bring your chin chest to the floor. Big toe, little toe on the floor. Shoulders, everything hip and shoulders are square. You want to keep drawing that right hip in midline. Another big breath. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press down through the right shin and rise up, arms out, shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms overhead, interlace your fingers, release thumb and forefinger. Reach out of your waistline, lean to the right side as you exhale. Press your right foot down or your right shin down for some stability. Inhale to center and go to the other side. Pull your arms. Inhale, rise back up to center. Open the arms out. Reach towards the right side of your room. Right arm comes down, left leg comes up, left arm goes overhead, flex your foot. Open up your heart. Keep lifting from the bottom side up. And then let's grab a hold of the left foot with the left hand. Start with the heel into your buttocks. Pull your hip forward. Lift your chest. And then if you want a little bit more into your back and hip, pull your foot away from you at the same time. Heart lifts. Breathe. In and out. Gently release the foot. Go back to your left arm overhead, left leg out to the side. And then sweep it around. Actually, we put that foot back on the floor. Reach your arms forward. And now this time, if you want, sit all the way back to your heel. That's up to you and your knees and your hips. All right, so see where you need to be. Another big breath. And then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your left leg up, sweep it back behind you to the floor outside of your right side of your mat. And then, again, that right hip kind of wants to follow suit, so draw it back to center. Just press that heel down. Squeeze everything towards your midline. Then bring your left knee outside your right knee and open your legs apart. Take your block if you need it. Have a seat on the floor or on the block. And adjust yourself. So just get yourself so the knees are as close to lined up as possible, the heels are as close to lined up as possible. Give yourself that nice little foot massage. Good. Keep length in the spine. And then inhale the arms all the way up overhead. Good. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lengthen your spine on the inhale. Rotate on the exhale. Left elbow, outside right thigh, thumbs to your sternum or your heart. Look over your right shoulder. Keep pressing that right hip down. You'll feel something in there if you do. Right? You'll feel that outer hip start to relax. Not relax so much, but find some deep stretch. Another breath. Come back to center on the inhale. Bring the arms with you overhead. As you exhale, release your hands to the floor. Come off your block if you're on it. Walk your arms out. Tuck your toes. You're in a downward facing dog. Right leg in front. And then walk your hands back to your feet. However you get there, doesn't matter. Forward fold, let it all go. Good. Ragdoll your body to stand all the way up. Find some stability through your feet. If you have to widen your legs, do that. Arms all the way up. Take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Lift up and over to the left side. So don't collapse into the left side of your body. Find the length first and then fall over to the side. A couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Rise back up to center, inhale. Exhale, open your arms out, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, look forward and walk your hands back to a downward dog with your right leg in front, left heel, or left foot around the right heel. Inhale to a high plank. You can stay here or bend your elbows for a little chaturanga. Maybe an upward dog. Make your way back to a downward dog. Separate your feet, downward facing dog. Rise up onto your tippy toes. Bring your heels over to the right side of the mat while your torso stays centered. Chest to thighs, press through the hands, big breaths. Rise up on your toes. Swivel those heels over to the left side, square off your torso. Breathe in, breathe out. Rise up onto your toes. Bend your knees and push your chest through your thighs. Maybe your shins are parallel to the floor. Turtle dog, bless you. Bless you. Push through the heel of your hands and bring the bottom ribs up towards the navel, right? So just don't collapse through your spine here. One more breath as we straighten the legs. One more time, downward facing dog. Look to your hands and take little steps to walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Place your hands on your shins, do a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Some of you will probably have to adjust your cameras. Exhale, fold down as we go up to standing shortly. One more time, hands on shins, look forward, inhale. Bring your collarbones forward. Exhale, fold. Chin to chest, belly to spine, pelvic muscles up. Roll up to standing. Roll your shoulders back and around when you get there. Bring your arms down by your side. Keep your feet separated for now, it's fine. Just actually lift the toes up and spread them apart. And then place individually each toe down to the floor. And then rise up onto your toes as you bring your arms up overhead. Just a nice raise up onto your toes, big calf raise. Pull the knees up. Hi, Crosby. And then lower the heels, lower the arms, press down. Bring the arms back overhead as you come up onto your toes. Oh yeah. See, I'm going to be fair in my playlist. Exhale, heels down, arms down. One more time, bring the arms all the way up. Good. Lower your heels and fold forward through the center. Hands to floor, shins or blocks this time. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, right foot back. Option to go down to your right knee or stay where you are. Check out knee over ankle. You're back on the ball of the back foot. Rise up to your fingertips and hover your fingers off the floor. Hug everything to the midline. And then rise up to standing crescent lunge. Arms come overhead. Drop your hips, bend your back knee, and let it come closer to the floor. Some of you will get really close, others won't. And then squeeze your hips together. Stay this low with your hips and just straighten your leg. Yeah, so don't come out of the front leg and don't lift out of your hips. So sit down nice and low. Biceps by the ears, reach forward with your torso just part of the way. Good, square off the hips again. Take your left arm back, and now rise your torso up, water wheel. Left arm back, right arm forward. Hug your hips in. If you'd like to take that exalted variation, left arm down, right arm up. Good. One more breath. As you come back, right arm's going to come down, left arm comes up into the twist. Breathe. Hug those hips together. Right knee is lifted. Crown the head reaches forward. Breathe. Yeah, so your right arm's down, left arm is up. You're into the twist. There you go. As you exhale, bring that left hand down and straighten your left leg, fold over it. You might have to shorten your stance or put your hands on blocks. You might even keep that front knee bent. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold head to shin. Good. Think about pushing the left big toe to the floor and pulling everything towards midline. One more breath, guys. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Come to a hovering fingertip over the floor. One more time, rise up into your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, flow through a vinyasa. Step back to high plank. Lower through chaturanga, your way maybe to your knees. Upward dog or low cobra on your belly. Downward dog, take extra push-ups if that's in the game plan for you today. Breathe in and breathe out. High up on your toes, bend your knees and make your way to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Empty the breath, fold down. Rise up to stand, bring the arms overhead. Touch the hands to prayer. Feet can be together or apart, however you need them. Inhale the arms all the way up. Make your way to folding forward. Hands on floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Right leg is forward. So first, start to just keep your hips in square position. Get a lot of length between the front leg and the back leg, at least one of your only legs in between. And then hover your fingers off the floor. So right here, you have to really start to hug into these tighter hips. And then rise up. Arms all the way up overhead, crescent lunge. Now bend your back knee as low as you can. Keep your hips low, straighten the back leg. Nothing changed in the front leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Settle into it. Find some energy. Bend that right knee. Good, now lean forward just part of the way. Keep hugging hips toward midline. Looking good, guys. Take the right arm, sweep it around, and then rise up water wheel as you look over your right shoulder. Reach to your right thumb or gaze to your right thumb. Hug hips towards midline, everything strong. Inhale. Sit a little bit lower if you can. Exhale. One more breath. Windmill down, left arm down, right arm up. Twist to the right side, hug your hips in center. So this time the left arm is down and the right arm is up. Breathe. Reach the fingertips up, fingertips down. Inhale. Last breath here. Good. Release the right hand down, straighten your right leg, and fold over it. You might have to, again, shorten your stance, or maybe put your hands on blocks, or maybe keep your knees bent. Lengthen, inhale, and fold, exhale. Head to the shins. Inhale. And exhale. Now, rebend your front knee. Rise back up to your crescent one more time. Bring it all the way up. As you exhale, step back to a plank. Take it through a vinyasa or go straight to downward dog. Add push-ups if that is your game plan. Hips up, downward dog. Head down, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, make your way to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise yourself to standing, bring the arms up. Bring that prayer to your heart center. Arms by your side. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold through center. Halfway lift, inhale. Right leg back, exhale. Take your time, make your way into crescent lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, sit a little lower. Tilt your torso. Take your left arm back, water wheel, any variations. Now lift the torso up. Maybe you exalt, or you can do that on the other side, but maybe you did. Inhale. Now reach back forward, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, left leg straightens, fold over your left shin. Inhale, rebend your front knee and spin your back foot on its side for warrior one. So hug that hip in. Once again, hover over your floor. And then make your way back up, arms overhead. So the back foot is turned forward. The front knee is bent. Reaching nice and tall through your spine. Once again, lean forward. Take the left arm back and come up. Water wheel in a warrior pose. Reach forward, right arm down, left arm up, awkward twist. So for some of you, that back foot's going to have to turn back to the crescent lunge. For some of you, you're okay where you are. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower the left hand, straighten the left leg. So you're in a pyramid pose, but with a longer variation. Some of you might not be in a longer variation. Take a breath. Empty out. Let it go. On the next inhaling breath, rebend the front knee and come back into warrior one. Arms all the way up. Exhale, spin the back foot. You're back in your crescent lunge. Hands to floor, flow, or go right to downward dog, or skip the whole thing. Be in child's pose. Be happy where you land, right? Downward dog. Let your dog be a resting place. Some of our dogs are resting places on our mat. Take a breath. Look forward and bring your right leg forward. Hover your fingertips and then rise up all the way. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little lower. Reach your arms forward as you reach your torso forward. Spin the right arm out and come up and water wheel. Any variation, if you took a back bend or a side bend, go for it. Inhale, reach forward, left arm down, right arm up. Right arm is up to the sky, shoulders stacking. Hips are pulling in towards your midline. Maybe your gaze is up, maybe it's still down. Breathe in. As you exhale, right hand down, right leg straightens. Fold over your right shin. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Now, spin your back foot just a little bit on its side. Come back to a bent front knee. Hover your fingers off the floor. Squeeze hips towards midline. And then rise up, warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Inhale. And exhale. Bring those ribs down towards the hips. Bend the right knee. Left pinky to the floor. One more breath. Beautiful. As you exhale, come back down part of the way. Take your right arm back and around. So it's a slightly different sensation when our back foot is turned in. Some of you might have to modify that. Good. Reach in and reach forward. Left arm down, right arm up. Good. Awkward twist. Pull that right hip towards midline. Breathe in. And exhale. Right hand down. Right leg straightens forward. So maybe you shorten your stance, maybe you stay in your longer stance. You choose. Inhale and exhale. Rebend your front knee, inhale. Hover your fingertips and then rise back up to warrior one, all the way up. As you exhale, flow through any vinyasa. I didn't turn the back foot forward, but bless you, instinctively did. Lift your hearts up. Downward dog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Head to chest, or chin to chest. Head towards shins, hips up in the air. Rise on your toes, bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. However you get there is fine. Halfway lift, inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Open up your feet. Soften your knees, lift your toes up, and slide your hands all the way underneath. Wrap your big toe around your wrist. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, fold head to shin. If it feels good to you and you want to try, you can come up onto your toes and lift your heels up off the floor just for a little balance challenge and something different. Try to get your chest to your thighs and let your head hang down to the floor. Good. Try to wrap your big toe all the way around your wrists. One more job. It's good that you're smiling. Keep smiling. Sometimes we fall. On the next inhale, look up, release your hands from your feet. Exhale, fold, let your head come down. This time, tuck your chin into your chest and ragdoll, stand all the way up. Bring your arms over your head, inhale. Heel toe your feet together, bring your hands to prayer. Keep your hands in prayer as you sit your hips back, like you're gonna sit into a chair. So keep your belly off your thighs, sit your weight back in your heels. Take a breath in, lengthen. Rotate to your right side, left arm outside right thigh. Check out that left knee, make sure it's not hinging forward. Drop your seat a little lower, lift your torso a little higher, look over your right shoulder, and find your twist. If you want to exalt your arms, if you want to go into a side crow, anything that you're doing here today is yours. Just you own it. Good, Aisha. Good. So David, bring your knees and feet closer together. Sit back a little deeper. One more breath. Good. Look down at your toes. However you have to do this, guys. Hands on the floor, knee on the floor. Step your left foot back into a low twisted lunge. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Hug your hips in. Good. Keep pressing down. Rise up. Water wheel on the right side. Hug the hips in. Inhale, release your left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down, left toes turn. Warrior one, rise all the way up. Inhale. Good. Exhale, open to warrior two. Spin that back foot a little bit more towards the parallel to the edge of the mat. Pump your warrior, arms and legs straighten. Exhale, bend it out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale all the way up. Bend your right knee and hold. Warrior two. Good. Pull that knee on top of the ankle. Pull back with your left arm, pull forward with your right arm. Stack shoulders over hips. Open your upper thighs apart while you squeeze your inner thighs inward. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath. Good. Flip your palms, reach forward. Right arm on top of right thigh. Left arm up. So I want you to be on your right thigh, but I want you to lift your arm up so nothing changes in your torso, so that you're not putting your weight into your arm, but your legs are sustaining you in your core. Take the left arm up overhead, inhale. Spin your heart open. Breathe. If it's in your practice, maybe the right arm comes up to meet the left arm over your head. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, release your hands and vinyasa or not. Again, you can take extra push-ups or you can go right to child's pose or downward dog. Hips up, downward dog is where we meet. Inhale. Right leg high in the sky. Bend your left knee square off your hips. Right knee to your chest, rounded, curl, straighten your back leg, come into a plank. Look forward, step your right leg through. Rise up onto your fingertips and bring your arms overhead. Crescent lunge, inhale. Bring prayer to your heart center, tilt forward. Left elbow outside right thigh. Couple of options here. You can come up and fly back up, or you can step your feet together right into, so you could be in a Parvrita, kind of an Ardha Chandrasana twist, but with your foot off the floor. And then we'll all meet back into that twist. Option to take a side crow here. Bringing your hands outside your right hip and right knee. Lift your hips up high, chaturanga arms, and then let your feet maybe float off the floor. Look towards the front of your side, wherever you are. Any variations thereof. Good. If you're flying, come on back to your twist. And everybody come back to center. Fold in half, separate your legs. Lengthen your spine. If you did take side crow, put your hands back under your feet for a moment. Just stretch that. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And fold, exhale. Elbows out to the side, hands to chin. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release your hands from your feet. Rise up halfway, hands to hips or heart. Rise all the way to standing. Heel toe your feet together. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. So bring your big toes to touching, maybe your ankles. If this is for any reason doesn't work good for your knees or your back, go ahead and separate your feet, of course. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees, sit back. Find length in your torso first, and then twist outside your left thigh, knees together. So check out, look down to your knees, and notice that little sneaky right knee wants to kind of come forward. Like it goes off sides, okay? I'll speak a little football. Drop your seat down. Pull your heart towards the left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Sit a little deeper. Find your balance and your focus. Look down. Take your right leg, and we're going to spin it all the way back into a twisted lunge. Breathe in. Now, when you get here, lift your belly up off your thighs. Take an extra breath. On the next inhale, rise up, open your arms, ooh, water wheel. Pull that left hip into the midline. Any variation, remember if you're doing anything on those water wheels, feel free to do them. Inhale. Exhale. Good, now reach forward, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale. And exhale, left arm down, left leg straightens, fold over it. Now spin your right foot on its side. Bend your left knee. Find your warrior one. Inhale. Good. Did we do the twist on this side? And exhale. Thank God I have my little mini me. Warrior two. Pump your warriors 3 times. One more time. Now, find your warrior two and check everything out. Right arm pulls back, left arm pulls forward. Right toes are almost 90 degrees to your left foot, right? They're almost parallel to the back edge of the mat. There's a slight turn in. That front knee is still bent over the ankle. Your upper thighs reach outward, but your inner heels and thighs try to pull together. It's beautiful. Pull back with that right arm a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Can you sit a little bit lower without taking it into your knee? Flip your palm. Reach forward. Left arm on your left thigh, right arm up. So right here, just lift your arm up and notice if anything changes in your torso. If it does, it just means you're putting most of your weight into your arm to support you. Now think of having everything else support you. Maybe you want to take that right arm overhead and spin your heart open. For some of you, you're going to want to go a little deeper. Some of you are not. Take your left arm, reach it up. So you need to have your torso lifted to do that pose correctly and safely for your back. Right? So reach out. And then bring it back to warrior two as you exhale. Good. Breathe in. And as you exhale, windmill down. Step through a vinyasa. Up and down dogs. Take your left leg in the air. Bend your right knee and just keep your hips square. Push back away from your hands. Now bring your left knee to your chest, round and curl. And step that left foot forward. Crescent lunge, arms come all the way up over your head. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Tilt forward. Right elbow outside, left thigh. So the option to coming back to the front of your mat is you can fly through it like a reverse Ardha Chandrasana, or you can just step the right foot back to forward. Knees are together. Some of you are going to sink into a crow pose, side crow. Hands on the floor, supporting on the outside if you need to, both arms. Right arm under the left knee, left hip on top of the tricep of the left arm. Any variations thereof. And then if you're flying, take your time, come back to center, and then release yourself over your legs, straighten your legs, and separate your feet hips width apart. Take peace fingers around your big toe, look forward. Tuck your thumbs in between your fingers and your toes. So it's like you've got the 3 fingers on the bottom side of your foot. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Elbows out to side. Hang your head, relax now. Breathe. The more you can relax, the deeper you're going to get. No force. Rise up halfway, inhale. Release your hands to your hips to your heart. Come up to stand. Heel toe your feet together. Bring your arms down by your side. I'm going to just take myself a little back. Stand tall in both legs, and then lift the right knee off the floor, or the right foot off the floor. Flex the foot. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Figure 4. Now bend your knees, and you can stay upright for this. If you want to come down deeper, you can go all the way into the arm balance. So take as much as you want. If you're coming down to the floor, hands on floor or block, your right knee is going to hug your right tricep. Your left foot is going to go around your, your right foot is going to go around your left tricep if you want to take the arm balance. Let me see, I think Tisha does this. Good, David, nice, good. That's it. So all we've got is that ankle hanging off the floor, off the thigh. Good. If you're standing upright, or if you're not standing upright, go ahead and bring it back to an upright stand. Stay there. Take your hands to your hips for a moment. Notice the levelness of the hips. All right, listen carefully. Take your left hand to your left foot. Bring that left leg up, that right leg up, and extend the leg out, bent or straight. You can have it here. Now you can also pull the knee in with your hand. If you'd like, right arm's going to come behind you. Reach behind you. So my leg doesn't get straight. Nice, Dave. Good. Good, guys. Also, if you do have your right leg straight, don't let it hyperextend the knee. One more breath. Good. Now bring your knee to your chest. Release your arms, everything back overhead. Hands to your prayer. Kick your right leg behind you. Point your toes. Dip your belly. Left arm comes down, right hand to the hip. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon balance. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Flex that right foot. Maybe the right arm comes up. Maybe your eye gaze goes up to your hand or down to your foot. Push that right heel back and away. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome job, guys. That's a tricky combination there. Good. When you're ready, on your own time, right hand down, hips go square, and then fold over your left leg. Hold on to either the foot with one hand or two, or hands on the floor, or some of you have a handstand practice you start kicking up. Anywhere, good Tish, good guys. Anywhere you are. So, you know, I offer you the suggestions, doesn't mean you have to take them. And then slowly, guys, bring your right foot down so that it's just hovering next to the left foot. And then drop your feet down. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Drop your hips in between your heels. And bring your hands into prayer. Malasana. Good. Push your knee to your tricep and your tricep to your knee. Close your eyes for a moment. Tuck that tailbone underneath you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Building some heat now in our bodies, yeah? Hands to the floor. Rise up, hips up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Hang your head, let everything come down. Chin to chest, belly to spine, pelvic muscles lift up. Slowly roll up. Shoulders roll back and around. Heel toe your feet to touching. I'm going to just move a little bit away from Rachel. Arms up overhead, inhale. Bring the prayer to the heart, exhale. All right, so stand evenly in both legs. And when you lift one off the floor, pretend it's still there so you don't sink into the other side. Bring your left knee up. Good. Flex the foot. Cross it over the right knee. So just the ankle is hanging off. You can stay there or start to bend. You can bend your torso, you can drop your hips. You can do any of these variations. If you're coming down all the way to the floor, maybe you need a block. But if you want to try the arm balance, hook your left toes around your right tricep. Bring your hands to the floor, and maybe the legs will float up off the floor. All right, go Tish, good. Look forward. Good, and then maybe that left leg will lift a little higher. Is it the left leg?
Yeah, right leg.
Okay. Good, keep looking forward. You got it, Tish. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Good, beautiful. All right, so if you're in that figure four, we do have our left foot crossed over. We're going to come back up to standing. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Now bring your left knee to your, do not bring your left knee to your chest. Bring your hands to your hips. Hug that right hip in. Take your right hand to the outside of the left foot and start to bring the knee in and then extend the leg out. Maybe that left arm goes behind you. Maybe your eye gaze goes behind you. Breathe. That which does not kill me can only make me more stronger. All right. Good. Work into the standing leg more than you work into the leg that's extended. Who cares if it's bent? Make that foundation strong. Big breath. Oops, I'm falling. One more breath, gang. Good. Bring your knee in. Bring your hands to prayer. Kick your left leg behind you. Dip your belly. Find a warrior three variation just for a moment here. As we bring our right hand down to the floor, left hand to our hip. Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon on the left side of your body. Good. Hand under your shoulder, so snuggle in a little bit. You know, close up the spaces. Push down through your right foot, out through your left. Crown the head forward, inhale. One more, guys, hang in there. Left arm down as you exhale, left leg in the air. Any variation of a standing split, or again, some of you might want to go into handstands. Hands down, start kicking that right heel to your buttocks as the left leg extends in the air. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, slowly begin to bring your left leg down. Let it hover next to your right leg. Just hover, hips are level. Then place it down, open up your legs back to your Malasana squat. Elbows inside the inner thighs, hands to prayer. Breathe. Can you find a little bit more length? Crown of the head to the sky, tailbone tucks under. Arms down to the floor. Lift your hips up. Turn your toes forward. Ragdoll, stand all the way up. Shoulders roll back. If you're anywhere but the top of your mat, make your way back. Hands in prayer. Inhale, bring the arms down and up overhead. As you exhale, fold through center. Hands to floor, shins or blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Make your way back through plank, chaturanga, vinyasa or skip, add push-ups or skip. Down dog is where we meet. Inhale. Bring your feet together. Right leg high in the sky. This time, open up the right hip. Keep the leg straight. Pull that left heel towards the floor. Keep your shoulders even so everything is, torso is level. Now bend your right knee. Pull that heel towards the buttocks. Keep that knee bent as you spin back to dog. And then bring your knee to your chest, come into plank. Take your right knee to your right wrist. Tuck your left toes under, snuggle them back. And start out for your pigeon. But stay upright first. Stay nice and tall. Check out your back foot and make sure it's not sickling in. Now we're going to stay on the floor, so if you need to adjust your cameras again, that's fine. Lift your chest up. Take your fingers outside the mat, and then just do some undulating push-ups. So round your spine, all the way up, and out. A couple times, one more time. And then let's go ahead and make our way into our pigeon. Take it down to the floor. Start off with the smallest effort you have, and take it deeper when and if. If it doesn't start to feel like it's loosening up and getting a little bit level for you, then stay upright. Just breathe into it. Or maybe you want to work this pose on your back. Kind of the figure 4 that we just did. So we did a lot of hip openers. Now this is what we were talking about before class. Maybe it'll be just one more time. Maybe. But they both can say that. Just one more win, right? We can all say that. All right, fold forward. All right, inhale, your hands come back to your legs. Lift your torso, tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift your right shin off the floor, and then kick it up for three-legged dog. Open your hip, and then release it back to the floor, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here to kind of clear your slate, or skip it, and make your way back to downward dog, everybody. Feet together, left leg lifts in the air. Now we open that left hip, bend the knee. Keep your shoulders square. Can you lift off of your rib cage so you're not dumping into your lower back? Keep spinning your left hip open and your right leg down and hugging that right hip back into center. Now keep the knee bent as you turn to a plank or down dog first. Come into plank. Hover that left knee off the floor, then bring the left knee to the left wrist. Tuck your toes. You know if you need blocks underneath your hips, that's a good place. Bring your hands back. Come onto your fingertips, shoulders and hips squared. Good, take your fingers wide, do undulating push-ups. Just these rounding and arching. 3 of those will take us into a nice place. And then when you're ready, start to make your way down onto your forearms or a block. Relax your shoulders. So make sure you're not scrunching up your shoulders here. Let everything go. Undo your fingers even. Let your chest come down towards the floor, as deep as it's going to go. And if this is still too much, you're on your back with that left leg crossed over the right. Couple breaths. Slowly make your way back up. Tuck your right toes underneath you. Lift that left shin. Let it hover off the floor. Take it back up. Open it out. And 4 on the floor. Downward dog. Optional for one more vinyasa. Upward dogs. Downward dogs. And find your way back. All right. Bend your knees. Look forward. Bring yourself onto your seat, coming down to the floor. Good. Knees are bent. Take the soles of your feet together. Let's keep them wide today, okay? So rather than pulling your heels to your groin, make it a big, giant diamond, like the Hope Diamond. Take your hands underneath your calves and fold over. This is a sometimes to place a block for your head in between your legs so you can just relax your body. This is a very different pose than what we have been doing all along, right? It's equally as challenging, but it is not, should not be as physically pushing, right? This is a letting go pose. So a couple of breaths. Slowly come on back up. I hope nobody is offended. It's just a song. There's winners and losers. All right, feet again, about hips width apart. Walk your feet a little bit closer, or your hips a little bit closer to your feet. Sit up nice and tall. So there's a contraction here. This, you know, the legs are, your inflection. Sit up nice and tall. Hold on to your thighs. Bring your chin to your chest. Round your back. Pull your belly in. Just go down to your tailbone and hold there. Hold there. Not even your waistline yet. Use your hands to pull you back up all the way up. Inhale. Roll over your sitting bones. Exhale, chin to chest. Round your back. Go down to your waistline now. So pull that belly in and rest on your waistline. And then pull your hands up to help you. Exhale, we're going to go to the tips of our shoulder blades now. Round your spine. Right down there, the tips of your shoulder blades, the bottom part of your shoulder blades. Take a breath. Roll back up. Inhale. This time we're going to go to the tops of our shoulder blades, right at the bottom of our shoulders. Come on down, right below the neck. And this time I want you to release your arms, flex your wrists, fingers to the ceiling, shoulders pressed down, right leg off the floor, 90-90. 90 at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee, same thing with the left. Lift your head and shoulders a little higher. Lift your head and shoulders a little higher. Lift your head and shoulders a little higher. And then hug everything to the floor, to the chest, knees down, head down, or knees into chest, head down. Take your hands on top of your shins. Grab the top of your foot, shin, or ankle, and draw your heels to the floor in line with your sitting bones. So when you do that, your back is going to arch, right? You're pulling against your feet, your back is arched, your chest and shoulders are open. Now tilt your pelvis so that your back imprints. If you can hold on to your ankles, stay holding on. Lift your hips up off the floor. Don't turn your head. So just listen to my voice. Pull your hips up, and if you need to, you release your hands and walk them underneath your back. Some of you might even want to support your back with your hands, or maybe a block in your first bridge here. Pushing down through the big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, heel. Energetically draw your heels towards your buttocks and your knees towards the toes. If your arms are together, release them upper, mid, lower back to the floor. Take your feet wide and turn your knees in. And then maybe just a little bit side to side, inside. And then come on back to center. Line up your heels with your sitting bones. Hands raise your heels. Tilt your pelvis. Come back into a bridge. What you did before, anything else, or take your hands by your shoulders, fingers point in, come lightly to the top of your head, and come into your back bend. So again, energetically drawing heels towards buttocks, heart towards your feet. Breathe in, push down, lift up. Stay there for a couple of breaths, just try to settle in. And then when you're ready to come down, top of the head, upper, mid, lower back to the floor, hug your knee, don't hug your knees, excuse me, rock your knees in again like we did before. We've got one more back bend, you choose. So be supported with hands or block, be in a bridge, or maybe just stay in that pelvic tilt, or go ahead all the way up, lifting your hips up. Take your hands by your shoulders, fingers point in. First come to the top of your head, take a breath, and then push down to rise up. Find your biggest extension for the morning or for this class. Good, perfect. Good. Stay for a couple breaths, so don't be in a rush to get out of it, even though you feel like it's a very challenging, because it is a very challenging pose. When you're ready, upper, mid, lower back. That's, and you bring your legs closer together. And now squeeze, kind of little pigeon toe your toes, and squeeze your knees apart a little bit so they line up with your heels. Not too wide, not too wide. That's it, really fire up your glutes. There you go. And then upper, mid, lower, back down to the floor. Everybody hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to the side. Move your hips right, let your knees fall left. Any variation here. So maybe you want to straighten one or both legs depending on your space. Or maybe you want to just double wrap your legs. Or hold on and just take it mild. Take your time and come back into the center. Hug your head and your knees and everything close together. Lay down, arms out, hips move left, knees fall right. Twist. So again, if you want to take one or two legs out to the side, or you want to double wrap, or you want to shorten your stance here. Slowly come on back to center. Hug your knees all the way into your chest. Take your legs straight in the air. You can stay right here. Some of you like to take yourself into a plow and or shoulder stand. So the feet might come overhead, touch the floor. Hands work their way back up on your back as high as you can. And then lift your legs in the air. Do not turn your head. Supporting your back with your hands. Resting your upper back and the upper back of your head onto the floor. If you're in the shoulder stand, take a few more moments of breath here, or make your way back into plow. Ear pressure pose if you'd like to bring your knees over your ears. And then slowly roll yourself back down to the floor. Legs straight up in the air. Either come back through your final back bend, which would be coming into fish pose, or lay down on your back. So maybe you rest up on your forearms, head down. No pressure on your head, no pressure on your neck. Push your weight into your forearms to lift that spine, arch back. And then everybody, make your way back inch into chest. Hug your knees into your chest. And make your way into your final Shavasana. The next few moments are full of peace and stillness. Often it's the hardest pose in yoga because we're doing nothing. So just we're letting our body surrender and we're letting our mind be still and our breath be soft. Scan your body from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet and all points in between. Shanti, Shanti, and peace, peace, peace to all. And now we all bow and honor each other to the light, the peace, the goodness, the love within. Namaste, Satnam, go in peace. Have a wonderful Sunday. I hope your team wins, whatever that may be. And for those of you at home, stay fit, stay healthy.